Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Groom A with Humanery. Today, we have with us Jake Shu, co-founder of Shakeup Cosmetics. Hi, Jake.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Sid.
Shakeup Cosmetics is, for those of you who don't know yet, one of the most venerated and desired men's cosmetics brands across the world. And actually, we're one of the first few brands to come up with a cosmetics and skincare line specifically formulated for men's skin, which is quite unique, and we'll learn more about that from Jake. So Jake, thank you for being here. Really good to have you. Let's start by talking to you about your brand and your story. How did you get to start Shakeup Cosmetics? What was the inspiration behind it? And yeah, we just want to know more about where this comes from and what brought you here.
Great. Thanks for having me. So Shakeup is actually a personal journey, if you will. So we, personally, that me and my twin brother, who's the other co-founder, we have been cosmetic users since we're teenagers. We suffered quite badly from acne breakouts, and around 18, we developed rosacea around the same age.
Oh, okay.
For rosacea, for those who don't know, is basically red patches, breakouts, and sensitive skin, redness, just for, they still don't know what the triggers are. They still don't know what caused it. But what is for sure is that a lot of people do suffer from it, and there's no cure, unfortunately.
Right. Jake, sorry, I want to interject if that's okay. I want to ask what made you feel particularly strongly about solving that rosacea issue? What was it? What was the mental impact, or why did you think that it was something you had to go solve?
Yeah, I mean, everyone cares about how they look, especially their facial features and their skin on their face, right? The first impression is always very important.
Of course.
And for a young guy, and that's a huge part of your identity. It's a huge part of how you socialize and how you feel about yourselves. Yeah. So, it was really kind of denting our confidence quite a lot. I was constantly conscious in terms of how red do I look? Do I have like a rosacea coming out? Do I have a flare up?
Yeah.
When I go into job interviews or going out with friends and that sort of thing. So it was really affecting my daily life quite.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, you're right.
So, but on the other hand, that you have very limited resources. Have very few access to helpful tips, or dermatologists. You just don't have access to those information.
Yeah.
So it's very frustrating. Especially with a condition like rosacea. Nobody can tell you anything. They don't know, and they have different kind of topical treatments. Some work for some people, some doesn't. And you have to find your own triggers and find your own things that you have to avoid, or find your own remedy and your own regime. So it's just very confusing times, and very helpless in a way that you just don't know where to go.
That's right. Yeah.
So we started using cosmetic products. On the skincare front, we wanted to find products that can calm my skin. It's very sensitized, very sensitive. So I wanted to find products that was suitable and mild enough for me to use, good enough for my rosacea. On the other hand, we're trying out cosmetics, concealers and foundations and BB cream to cover it up.
Right.
So we can at least, when our skin looked fresh and I felt so much more confident, less conscious and less aware, and I think that really gave me that boost of confidence. But we did struggle a lot, trying to find the products that we could relate to as guys. You see those products being advertised and marketed at women, and you immediately feel like that that's not for you, and they're not talking to you. But that you could benefit from that products. So you try a different way to find a product that's suitable for you. Finding the shades or the finish or whether the coverage, that sort of thing. It's very difficult. And for me and Shane, we were not afraid of going to department stores and talk to the shop assistant. But for a lot of guys, that's a big hurdle.
Massive, huge social stigma. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are very self-conscious and very embarrassed to do that, and they don't know the questions to ask. In the first place. So, and also, even when we found the products that we tried those products, and a lot of them are just not suitable for our skin needs.
Right.
It could be too dewy because I have quite oily skin. A lot of men do.
Yeah.
Especially for people of color. So I think the oily dewy look wasn't for us, and some of the products it's got too much of a coverage, it's too cakey, looks really detectable, it really shows, and it's very obvious that you're wearing foundation. And then it's the shade, the shade doesn't quite fit my skin tone. And so it's a lot of trial and error before you even get to that collection of products that you can trust and use on a daily basis. So like that, guys like ourselves are very massively underserved. And then we thought, okay, well, maybe there's a gap in the market that we can create something just for people like ourselves. So that's how it came about, really.
But this is why I think Humanery and Shakeup make a fantastic partnership, because we come from the same sort of problem, right? There's nothing out there for us, and actually we're trying to tell more people and evangelize this idea that it's okay to look after your skin. It's okay to put on makeup. It doesn't make you, quote unquote, less manly if you do that. In fact, anything that makes you look better and feel better, and I often say this, and sorry, it's a cliched way of doing it, but it makes you actually play better. You're
agree.
Holistically doing better.
I agree. And I think these products, cosmetics, skincare, or makeup, they're not just about covering up things. And yes, on the surface, that's what the product does, particularly with makeup and base products. But the end of the day is about how you feel. The end of the day is about how using these products make you feel inside, the boost of confidence, and how you behave as a person, how you feel, as a guy. I just think that masculinity is so much, it should be stronger than that. Masculinity is not so fragile. I mean, the more fragile the masculinity is, the more issue that you think that using cosmetics become.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like that, we don't have to, there's no blueprint for what a man should behave and what products you should use. If you're a guy who wants to use makeup or cosmetic or look after your skin so that you can feel better, then I think that's totally acceptable as well. It should be.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Okay, well, look, let's switch gears a little bit and let's actually talk about the products.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the Shakeup range was actually launched officially winter 2019. So we spent about 1.5 years, 2 years formulating the products, working with our chemists and labs to just get the formulations right.
Wow.
When we launched in 2019, we had a tight range of 3 products. So we had a BB cream or tinted moisturizer.
Yeah.
And then we had, like you said, Eye Captain, which is a under eye concealer. That has got a unique metal ball applicator which soothes and massages the skin. So
you may not be able to tell, but I'm wearing some today, but because I had a long night, just didn't sleep very well because I'd gone out for a client dinner. Put it on, made me feel great, and you can barely tell.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the angle. We're not about creating that kind of women's makeup look for men. There are brands and products that you can use for that, and also from our perspective, guys who do wear more makeup or have that made up look, which is fantastically fine. That's perfectly fine. I think that they don't need further education. They're very savvy with the products they use. They're very experienced and seasoned with their products. They know their ingredients. They know what works for them, for their face. Our products are tailored and made for those guys who are looking for the products that make them look fresh and undetectable in terms of what they're wearing. So that's really where we focus on. So going back to launch range, we've got the tinted moisturizer, we've got the Eye Captain, which is under eye concealer, and then we have a lip gel. So we've got the face, eyes, and lips covered in our launch range. One of the key unique selling points of our products are that with any makeup products that we create, they're all hybrid skincare meets makeup products. So what we mean by that is that everything that we make or everything that we develop, they all have the skincare first mindset. So everything has got long-term, clinically proven skincare benefits, and then we add on the cosmetic features on top of that. We just wanted a good skincare product, but at the same time also covers up the redness. We're just thinking, if you had like 2-in-1 multifunctional, wouldn't that be great? So that's why we created the products the way that we created them. Like the BB cream, for example, the tinted moisturizer. It's got hyaluronic acid. We tested it for 24 hours. The moisturization test has passed, with the flying colors. It's got SPF as well and vitamin E.
Crucial.
So, in its own right, it's a very good moisturizer. And then on top of that, you add in the pigments. So, one of the great things about the skincare movement in the last few years is that actually people are more and more savvy about the products they're using. And then they look at the Inky list now, and then they do the research. They know their ingredients. They know their hyaluronic acid, they know their retinol. Hyaluronic acid is it's great in skincare, particularly in hydrating products, because it retains moisture, and it also draws moisture from the environment and actually keep them in your skin, so it keeps your skin moisturized and hydrated for longer. And then they carry up to 1,000 times of its own weight in water, so you retain that within that ingredient. So, and also it can deeply penetrate deep into your skin, so that whatever they apply on top, the nutrients or the other ingredients that you apply as a part of your skincare routine can then really be targeted and sipped into your skin. So if you use your hyaluronic acid as a base, for example, as a serum, for example, and then you apply other cream on top, it will absorb a lot better into your skin.
I see, gotcha. But here's one question again. Sorry, I interject, because I think a lot of our viewers and listeners are curious about this. A lot of brands and products do say, look, we've got hyaluronic acid, but now coming from you guys who started your journey from scratch and then built all this expertise, what did you find was different about me? Is it something to do with the composition of how much hyaluronic acid? Is it how it's blended in? Like, what makes a product unique and different when you say that it has hyaluronic acid?
I mean, don't quote me on this, because obviously I'm not a chemist myself. But from where we are, there are products that's got more high potency of hyaluronic acid, and of course there's a different weight of hyaluronic acid as well.
I see.
There's a bigger one, there's a smaller ones, and the penetrate to different depth of your skin. Of course, each one has its own benefits as well as its own drawbacks. So, but I think you also need to look at INCI as well, because most of the INCI on the back, the ingredients list, that they are in ascending order. So in terms of the potency as well as percentage of that ingredient.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right.
So if the hyaluronic acid is actually sort of much lower down or on the last item on the list, you know that it hasn't really got that much percentage of that particular
That's super helpful. That's super helpful, Jake. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That's very helpful.
It's friendlier, it's nicer.
Gotcha.
So there's a bit of adjustments there as well.
That's actually super helpful, because one of the things, of course, that I've noticed personally with cosmetics is that I don't want it to look too heavy on my skin, right? Because as you said, we're the type of customer that wants it to just give it that fresh feel and not this like sort of caked up or like overly visible. It's just supposed to even things out. And so that's super helpful to know actually that the reason why the blend is crucial is because it also affects the texture of the product.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's quite a complex process. Like the BB cream, we went through 75 different submissions.
No way! Wow.
Yeah, our lab absolutely hated us. They submit one and then we try it, and we're always, so me and Shane, because we have been, spending years looking for that holy grail, if you know what I mean. So we have been looking for that perfect product. So our sign-off criteria was that when we receive a submission, we started using it ourselves to test it on ourselves. If we feel like, oh my God, this is it, like if we had bought this product, we'll never buy another product, this is it, I'm gonna stick to this. That's our criteria for signing off. We didn't get there until the 75th submission. And that's
incredible. I mean, it as a customer, it makes me feel so comfortable knowing that you took that pain and that effort to get something that was actually right. This wasn't just a money spinning enterprise, although every business has got to make money, let's face it, but actually that there was a real focus on what's going to make a difference to you and your customers.
So the under eye concealer, the Eye Captain, which has got Brewster's Broom, which is an ingredient that's fantastic for reducing puffiness, stimulate the microcirculations, so you'll reduce the eye bags, at the same time cover the dark circles. Again, multifunctional. So we launched with this range, and it was I think it's because we were one of the few makeup range for men, so that's why we got quite a lot of press coverage, and we had a lot of attention on us. And a few months after we launched, so the whole world went into lockdown, into hibernation. But fortunately, that our business not only survived, we actually thrived in the last couple of years, because we started looking to international export, and we introduced our products to the Asian market, where using cosmetics is a lot more common over there.
That's right. In South Korea in 2020, men spent over $5 billion
Mm-mm.
while being stuck at home on only cosmetics. We're not talking about skincare, hair care, beard and shave, the typical categories that most men would spend on. Spent it on just cosmetics. And I felt that was a staggering number. And it is just a matter of time before the same level of comfort and acceptance.
I hope so. And I'm not surprised by that number, to be honest. I think Korean men are so comfortable using cosmetics, and looking after their skin is just part of the normal daily life. It's a good trait. It's perceived as a good trait. And of course, not to mention about the Korean K-pop and boy bands. Right. All of them look like glass skin and very like poreless kind of look. I mean, they're all wearing makeup. You can actually tell, but that is the kind of standard, and that's how they set a standard. They set a bar at that level. If you're looking for a job, you need to have the picture on the CV, because your look, that first impression, is very important. And having plastic surgery is very common in South Korea. And then that culture permeates into other parts of Asia, including China, Japan as well. The success in Asia definitely gave us the boost to grow our team and grow our product range. So we launched, since then we launched 7 more products, and we actually started expanding into pure skincare play as well. Wow. So this year we launched 2 very innovative skincare products. One is called Hydrate in a Hurry.
Yes.
And the other one is You Do the Mask. These two products are in a really fun stick format. Yeah. The Hydrate in a Hurry is a moisturizer stick, and it just melts onto your skin. It's almost like a serum stick, but it's non-tacky, and it hydrates and soothes the skin and cools the skin immediately. It's got cucumber extract, hyaluronic acid again. Right. Because it's solid format, you can put it in a gym bag, take it with you on airplane, because it's not liquid. It's very portable, easy to carry. Similarly, the You Do the Mask, a coconut shell charcoal mask. Some of the guys, I certainly am a big fan of masking. A lot of guys use mud mask, maybe sheet mask. Sheet mask is not great for the environment, so we opted for mud mask, but mud mask is quite messy, and it's a lot of wastage, because you kind of scoop it out and put it on the face, and it goes everywhere on the skin. We developed this mask stick format, so you twist up and then you just draw it on like a crayon, and then you could just, it doesn't use you don't have to wash your hands afterwards, and it doesn't go everywhere, and it's less wastage.
That's so smart. That's really smart. Yeah.
It's very fun. It actually became our best seller in the last 3 months. So outselling all the other products.
Crazy. That's incredible. Okay.
But on the 28th of March, we're launching 4 new skincare products. So look out for that. And that is a huge major launch, and it's going to change a lot of guys' skincare routine.
Do share. Give us a sneak peek. What's coming up? Come on.
Okay, right. So we have it's basically a step skincare routine. We have basically cover you from face cleansing all the way to repairing. And I think when it comes to skincare for men, even for the most skincare savvy junkies that like myself, sometimes I find it quite overwhelmingly confusing. I find it quite overwhelming. There's a lot of noise, and there's a lot of different products and different ingredients and different brands, different routines and different methods. And now we've got this jade roller coming out as well. How do you use it? When do you use it? All of that kind of thing. And you want the best. You want to have the best care for your skin. I think for a lot of guys that it becomes really confusing, and they don't know what to use, but they do want to look after their skin. And I think a lot of guys are now aware that skin prevention, skin aging prevention, or and look after the skin. You're never too young to do that. Just because you're in your 20s, it doesn't mean that you can just completely neglect it.
You're not invincible. In fact, you invest early to get the rewards later. That's absolutely.
Yeah, I think your skin starts to age from the age of 25. So you got to start looking after your skin well before it gets to the point that it's already too late. So we developed this system where you just follow step 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can use it for day or night, and it's for all skin types, and it's got the fantastic skin repair and skin loving ingredients. And we developed with one of the top labs in the UK to get these products made. So I think you're gonna love it. So I
can't wait to have them on Humanery and to also try them myself. That sounds really incredible. Jake, since we're talking about this growing education, I wonder from an expert's perspective, which we think you are, what's the most practical, easy thing they can do? Let's say I was a friend of yours and say, Jake, look, I don't even know, man. Where do I start? What do I do? What do you tell them?
Right. Okay. So first of all, thank you for saying that, but I don't think I'm an expert in skincare. I'm certainly not a certified dermatologist.
Okay, you're being modest. All right. Yes.
A lot of the male friends of mine, they do come to me, especially after we started this business, and they feel like that, we would know exactly what to do. Truth to be told is that all of our skin is quite different. Your skin is quite different to mine. My skin is even to my twin brother. Our skin issues are there's nuances between our skin, and also men's skin is very different to female skin. During our research, we know that men's skin is physiologically and structurally different to females in 4 biggest key areas. One is that our skin is thicker. Yeah,
it's thicker. Yep.
Yeah, 20-25% thicker. And 2, we have more sebum productions, bigger pores, more of them. So it's actually oilier, and then it does require more oil control and absorbs excess oil. Our skin actually, as we age, becomes thinner, whereas female skin goes the other way around. They start off thinner and then it gets a bit thicker as they age.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So when they say women have to grow thicker skin through life, there's a bit of scientific facts behind that.
Okay.
And the 4th is that obviously we shave more often than our female counterpart. So
that's right. So actually that's probably the most rough sort of exfoliant. Not that's necessarily a bad thing. Our skin needs it, but yeah, that's right. So you're putting more sort of a harsher treatment on it more regularly, right?
Exactly. And your skin reacts faster to outside environment, to stress, and also reacts faster to irritants and things like that. So when you take all of that into account, that, our skincare routine does need to be kind of more tailored, for each other. So if a guy's asking me, hey, I'm just starting out, currently I'm just using soap and water, I would say 2 things. One is really investing in a good moisturizer that is great for your skin, that's good for daytime and nighttime if you don't want to have 2 different products. And the second thing is SPF. Always wear sunscreen every single day. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if you're in the sun or in the winter, every day.
I just feel like the SPF has been associated with the holidays and beach and Spain a lot, especially in this country, that you just feel like that you don't need to lather on the sunscreen or SPF unless you're on holiday or unless it's really sunny outside that you get burned. No, every single day you got to wear sunscreen. And that is one of the biggest contributing factor for skin aging as well as skin cancer. Yeah, and we need to get into the habit of wearing that. If you feel like that's a bit of a chore, and then invest in a moisturizer that has already got SPF built in, so that you kind of combine 2 in 1, that you don't have to always remember to do that.
So let's say, Jake, you're going to be outdoors and it's sunny and windy. What is your own grooming and self-care hack? What does Jake do?
Stay home.
Stay at home. Right.
Yeah. So my skincare routine always consists, the first step is always the cleanser, chemical exfoliant cleanser. That means if you get a cleanser that has got maybe salicylic acid or glycolic acid, those kind of like a mild, don't be put out by the word acid. Those are the good acids for your skin, because you do have dead skin, skin cells and things like that sometimes can clog your pores, and that's usually the reasons for breakouts and acne and things like that. So you do need a good cleanser to completely get rid of those dead skin cells and really have a deep clean. Yeah. So I start with that. I do use our face wash on a daily basis, and it's mild enough. It doesn't create flare up for my rosacea skin, but at the same time it does the job in terms of getting rid of the dirt and grime. And then I'll move on to the toner. Toner does similar thing to the exfoliation, but it's a leave-on, so you kind of pat it onto your face so that it kind of gives that extra cleansing step and get your skin prepped for any other products that you're about to apply. I sometimes use the serum in the day, but I mostly use the serum in the evening before I go to sleep. I just feel like that can completely repair my skin while I sleep, especially for quite a rich serum that you might not want to use it during the day, but you can use it at night for sure. And then always followed by a great moisturizer. I like the moisturizer that's not greasy. I like a water gel type of moisturizer that goes down and it feels quite velvety, and it feels just instantly boosting the hydration, and it lasts as well, rather than the rich greasy moisturizers, which a lot of all of my female friends, they love that because their skin is drier than mine. So, that differs based on your preference, of course. And then I will apply our BB cream, because our BB cream has already got SPF 25 built in. So if it's on a day like this today, it's got a bit of cloud or whatever, in the UK, and that usually is enough. But if it's quite a sunny day, and I'll probably apply a layer of SPF first before I apply the BB cream. So you've got
okay. That's helpful.
Protection. I like the Super Goop. If you're thinking about investing into a good SPF, I do like the Super Goop one, which is a US brand, and then their SPF just feels like very invisible. And some of the SPF, first of all, it smells quite badly, and secondly, very tacky, and and their brand, I found their products it's almost like a nice primer. It doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel tacky, and it's lightweight. So I quite like that.
A little plug for Supergoop. Awesome. Here's the situation. The next morning, you have a big in-person client meeting. All right. You want to look and feel your best. What do you do the night before?
So plenty of sleep, that's for sure. I do believe in getting enough sleep, and that is the foundation of a healthy lifestyle, and therefore your skin will thank you for it. The night before, apart from a really good night's sleep, I would actually use night mask before I go to sleep. And this could be a sheet mask, or it could be a mud mask, or it could be a really nourishing cream mask as well. You wash it off, and then you have your usual nighttime routine before you go to sleep. If I have a really big meeting, or if I just want to look, my freshest the next morning, I will put some eye cream on before I go to sleep. There are some night cream you can use, like a leave-on eye cream before you go to bed. I would also, I'll definitely use the serum. The serum that can sit on your skin is richer than a moisturizer, and you can be a bit tacky, but it's okay because you're going to bed anyway. Just let that sip through while you sleep, and the next morning your skin will wake up. You will wake up with a firmer and plumper skin, and I do find that quite helpful.
Awesome.
Just plug another product that's not ours, actually. This is a night mask that I have been always using. It's from the brand called Filorga. It's a French brand. Their nighttime is like a pink cream type of texture. Their night mask is fantastic. I've been using that for years.
Okay, awesome. All right, Jake. Well, that was super helpful and also highly educational. There's a lot that we learned from you today.
Thank you.
We're so excited that you're partnering with Humanery, and you have this joint and very aligned mission just to get more men into this habit of self-care and looking and feeling their best. And for all of you who are watching and listening, the entire Shakeup Cosmetics range is now available on Humanery, and you can use a first-time discount code at checkout, podcast10, and you'll get 10% off. And we highly, highly encourage you to come and try these products out, because we know you're going to love them and keep coming back for more. Thanks again, and hope to see you again on our show.
Thank you very much for having me. And I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you.